Good afternoon, Lick Lopez. My name is Saúl Antonio Soriano Teves, and this is my video tutorial about Chapter 8 in the subject Linguistic Foundation in English, and it's regarding about syntax. So, talking about syntax, there are many concepts that linguistics has already built. And I'm going to take in consideration two of these concepts. The first one refers to the structures and ordering and components within a sentence. And the second concept deals with the way linguistic elements, in this case words, are put together to form constituents. So if we notice, both concepts refers to structures and word order and to form constituents. What are these? Well, constituents are phrases, clauses, and sentences. Once again, constituents are phrases, clauses, and sentences. So in order to build up these phrases or constituents, so we need rules. That's why syntax help us to set rules for the creations of well-formed structures. So in order to have these structures, we need syntactic rules. As we can see here in this image, there is a man who is making a formula in order to understand what sentence works. So sentences do not need a single pattern for each idea. That is not logical. Instead, they use well-formed structures. So many expressions can be said or written by using the same structures. Therefore, a limited set of rules are capable of producing a large and potentially unlimited numbers of phrases, clauses, and sentences. And this is called generative grammar. Trying to understand this better, we have here a syntactic analysis about this formula in order to create many expressions by using the same structure. So we have here, for example, this structure sentence is read as noun phrase plus verb phrase. So a sentence must have these two components. Thus, the verb phrase has the verb and another noun phrase. So look at here this chart, this example. The sentence has a noun phrase and a verb phrase. In this case, the noun phrase is James and the verb is bought and the noun phrase a cake. These other two components form part of the verb phrase. So we have an entire idea. James bought a cake. And the second example is Lisa as a noun phrase. And watch the car is the verb phrase. Watch is the verb and the car is the noun phrase. The entire idea is Lisa watched the car. In order to have these structures established like a formula, so we need conventional abbreviations for phrase structure rules. So it means that with these structures, I can create, or we can create many phrases, clauses, and sentences, in this case called constituents. So we have here the sentence. It may be read as noun phrase plus verb phrase. The noun phrase can be made of article, adjective, noun, pronoun, or proper noun. The verb phrase can be made of the verb plus a noun phrase. Also, the verb phrase can be made of verb plus prepositional phrase. And the other structure is that verb phrase can be made of verb plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase. And the prepositional phrase made of a preposition, of course, and another noun phrase. Also, this is very important. The verb phrase can be made of the verb plus the complement phrase. And this is very important because if we have a complement phrase, it means that we have a complement plus another sentence. So if we have another sentence, we go to the beginning in order to start another sentence with a noun phrase plus another verb phrase. So we can continue writing more and more sentences in order to create paragraph and entire articles. But also, we have to understand that we need lexical rules to understand syntax. Not only the structures, but also the rules specify which words can be used when we rewrite constituents. So we're going to use the specific word for the specific function. In this case, it can be a proper noun, for example, Peter, Lisa. It can be a noun, woman, man, girl, boy, etc. Can be a verb, dance, thought, ate, any verb. It can be an article, a, and, the. We have only these three articles. It can be an adjective, handsome, pretty, tall, short, any adjective, or a pronoun. In this case, I, you, he, she, we, you, they. So it means that we are going to use the exactly word according to the lexical function in the sentence in order to create a complete and meaningful idea. So we have here these three diagrams to understand better. So we have a sentence, we have the noun phrase and the verb phrase. The noun phrase is divided in article, adjective, and noun. A pretty girl. And the verb phrase has a verb plus a noun phrase. The verb is cooked, and the noun phrase is the article and the noun, the dinner. So the entire idea is a pretty girl cooked that dinner. Now we have here example number 2. The sentence is made of a noun phrase and a verb phrase, and the noun phrase is proper noun William, and the verb phrase has a verb plus a noun phrase. The verb is watch, and in the noun phrase we have the article, then the noun car. William watched the car. Now we have here another example, the number 3. This sentence has a noun phrase with an article and a noun, the cat, and a verb phrase with a verb and a prepositional phrase because we have a preposition. The verb is place and the preposition is in. This prepositional phrase has a noun phrase. And this one has an article and a noun, the garden. So the complete idea is the cat plays in the garden. So syntax helps us to avoid ambiguity. So that's why we need a structural. We need to avoid structural ambiguity by using syntax. We could produce wrong ideas that can give a wrong interpretation because of the unclear message. As we can see here, this boy says, call me a cab. And the girls understand, okay, you are a cow, that's the name, instead of to call a taxi. So syntax gives a set of rules to avoid also lexical ambiguity. So this is my video tutorial about syntax. This is the bibliography, the Study of Language by Jules George, and thanks for watching my video.